making 30% returns without lifting a finger. With Mezz NFT, this is no longer just a possibility. Our groundbreaking platform allows you to invest in a mini farm and benefit from our sheep breeding operations. Earn up to 30% annual returns while we handle the hard work. Watch your investment grow as we manage and sell the flock of sheep. Our intuitive dashboard keeps you updated with real-time data on the flock, your investment's value, and expected payouts. Ready to join an exclusive community of savvy investors? Seize this opportunity to profit from cutting-edge agricultural innovation. Visit tgnpodcast.com, Mezz, and become a part of the Mezz NFT sheep breeding investment community today.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Golden Nuggets podcast. My name is Nazrin and I have Amir beside me. And today we have gentlemen from the real estate industry. We have Remy and Syafiq from the Explorers Group. Is it Explorers Group?
Yes.
Correct, guys?
Explorer Focus.
Explorer Focus. Yeah. Thank you for being in the Golden Nugget podcast.
Yes. So, how are you guys?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, this morning very good.
Is this your first time being in a podcast?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So macam segan-segan sikit lah ni. Belum warm up lagi ni.
Slowly lah, insyaAllah.
Yeah, I was in the podcast last time, but then it's an audio ni. There's no video.
Okay.
I
Earlier
see.
batch was all audio, remember?
Yeah, correct.
Right.
Which year was that?
I think during COVID.
Oh,
That was quite some time ago.
Quite some time, yeah.
Which podcast is it?
Podcast suka-suka je.
Kira korek.
Yeah, curious juga. Yeah. Okay, so can you share with our listeners who are you guys and also a bit about your background?
Okay, start.
Okay, maybe start Remy. Yeah.
Okay, my name is Remy. Okay, I've been a realtor for a total of 14 years.
Okay.
But then for the majority of my tenure as a realtor, I've been doing part-time lah, except for the past 4 years. Yeah, I've decided to switch to full-time.
Okay.
Okay, previously I have corporate work experience for a total of 28 years.
28 years.
And there's probably around 10 years which I overlap, whereby I'm working as a full-timer in the corporate world, plus I'm kata orang tu secret agent lah. Because of employer punya, what do you call that, rulings that you can't actually moonlight. So that's when I was a secret agent. But of course there's closing also lah.
Yeah.
Because we only work at night and on weekends lah. So I was an engineer on my first job, and on my second job I was a manager lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Engineering company or?
engineering, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I have friends actually working as realtors previously. So when I see them, their lifestyle, it seems like macam it's like they have a lot of time for their family, you know, for their hobbies, you see.
Yeah.
So basically, like for us, we are toiling day and night, especially when we are talking about 9 to 5 job.
Yes.
It's isn't actually 9 to 5 basically.
Yeah.
You got to stay back, you know, until 9 p.m. at night, and on weekends we were activated because of certain issues. You need to come back to work.
Right.
So like it feels like the life is like everything on the job. You see,
Okay,
working.
yeah.
So basically, I met a friend of mine, which become a manager lah. You know, I joined because of his influence basically. And I see like his lifestyle, happy-go-lucky, you see. So macam like, this is something which I want, you know. So I started to take the RES exam 14 years ago. And I can tell you, the exam is very difficult.
14 years
Really?
ago? Was
14 years
difficult?
ago.
Okay.
I think it's worse now lah.
Yeah, that's
Because
right.
we have our colleague, our same team, who took the exam for 2 years and then passed after 4 attempts.
Okay.
2 years, yes, correct. So that's why we value our license so much.
Right.
Yeah, that's the reason. So basically, this friend of mine is happy-go-lucky person. Then I started to ask him, how do you actually become a realtor? So he told me that, okay, you must go through these courses, you know, by NTUC Learning Hub. You know, there's a lot of course providers you can choose from lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And eventually you got to take the exams. I think for now this is good because you can claim Skill Future for your majority part of your fees lah. Correct. Your tuition fees. So I started to take the exam and I passed on the second attempt.
Nice.
Yeah, so Alhamdulillah, it's a blessing from Allah lah. So after I got my license, I was so happy. But then I still, because as a new realtor, I don't have any background or experience yet.
Yeah.
So I resumed my day job. But then after working hours, I changed attire and become a secret agent. That's my history.
Well, and yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, well, everything.
So
But then,
is this friend of yours that introduced you, is it Syafiq?
Another manager.
Okay.
14 years ago lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because now I'm Syafiq associate directly under him.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So a bit of background for Syafiq.
Yeah.
Oh, no, my
Your turn.
Okay, talk about just now you talk about the recruitment, not to dampen the spirit of other new RES because we don't want them to think that it's so difficult to pass. But actually to proven that, you see, Remy can just have second attempt, right? Second attempt. So for the rest of the new RES, if you think that you want to join and become a real estate agent, do call us lah. Ini macam promotion.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for myself, I started with different kind of trade. I'm a graphic animator.
Okay.
Nice. Motion graphic?
Huh?
Is it motion graphic?
Okay, I'm more to doing sound card. And it's a computer company.
Okay.
They asked me to do a sound card that can fly, and then with all the apa tu?
Experience, is it?
The songs from the theater, all these things, just add on everything.
Okay.
So it took a lot of my time actually because I have to render the video overnight. Okay. If let's say the rendering doesn't look good, the next day I have to do again and again. So I think that's eat up a lot of my time actually. So from there, after that, I joined real estate as a part-timers. Then after that, I find that there's a lot of demand from the market, and then a lot of my friends keep on calling me, hey, I want to view this property. That was part-time. So I think in order for me to balance part-time and graphic animators, I decided to switch to full-time. So that period I was make sure that I earn more than what I earning now.
Of course.
Because for real estate we don't have any MC, we don't have any bonus. Okay?
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
have to. You cannot take leave. Because it's all on your own.
Yeah.
Correct.
So from there, I think I decided to convert to full-time, and from there until now, I feel that there's no regret. Okay, yeah, because on top of that, I have upgraded myself to become ERA, one of the ERA main trainer. Also.
Okay.
So I say trainer means in ERA overall. Okay, last year I'm in the third position as a top trainer.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No wonder you told us to go through you, eh? So it's under RIA, is it, the training school?
No, ERA itself. Overall, I'm the number 3 third trainer, top 3 trainer. Okay, among all those trainer. Okay, that means they can look upon me to train them, and then of course when they join me, of course it will be beneficial for them also. Okay. On top of that, also I'm a trainer for RIA school now. So that will be another topics also.
Okay.
Because CPD topics, yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why with me around, I have a team more than 100 over agents, and under our teams we have more than 1,000 over.
Wow.
So so that's why I think, I feel that it's a blessing also. Like we said, Alhamdulillah, that I made a right choice.
So how many years ago was that when you?
About 18 years.
18 years.
18.
That was when you first took, or when you first become full time?
Including part time.
Including part time. So
Yes.
wow.
Part time was about 2 years only lah. After that, all the way full time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe either one of you can actually share with us how is it different back then and now, the real estate industry.
Like a decade ago.
Last time was not much challenges like nowadays. There's a lot of agents. I think in Singapore there's more than 36,000 over agents.
ERA itself almost 10,000.
Yeah, itself almost 10,000. Correct.
Okay.
That's a lot.
36,000 agents
Overall.
Wow.
Yeah.
Only a few is active, right? Like the top 20%.
About 30%.
30%.
30% active. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So how is it back then and now in terms of getting clients and everything?
Okay, back then there isn't any organisation, we call it CEA lah. Back then. So CEA came into the picture I think around 15, 16 years ago, around there.
So assumably Syafiq didn't take the exam.
No, when at that point of time when CA was established, all of them have to go through the exam.
Yes, but before that,
okay.
our exam was different.
Different.
Ours is more to essay, which is more difficult lah.
Essay,
Yeah, now it's more to multiple choice.
Now all multiple choice.
Yeah.
Multiple choice, you don't know how to say just
Tikam
guessing.
only lah.
Yeah.
If essay, how you going to
Tikam
answer?
also
If you
susah.
don't know how to, you don't know how to answer. You have to write. Still have to write. Right?
Yeah. Spelling needs to be correct, right?
Betul.
Because one of the main factors which differs from the previous realtor and now, the way we work, last time there isn't any ruling such as macam we cannot dual represent. Example, we can represent both seller and buyer at the same time, and we can take commission from both of them also. For nowadays, the policy is that we are not allowed to dual represent, and then we are not even allowed to handle cash. Previously, for example, like for option fee dengan exercise fee for HDB, exercise fee is around 4K maximum, right? So actually the buyer allow us to handle the cash and give the cash physically to the seller. Previously. But right now everything must be transferred between seller and buyer, with agents not holding on to any physical money at all.
When he said that dual representation, that means we are not supposed to collect
Two
from
sides,
the seller and the buyer. During my period, I think your period also maybe that time we can collect from seller and buyer. Best kan?
A lot of people abuse it, right?
Abuse it lah, because you don't know who are you acting for. Let's say you collect commission from the seller. Actually, you're acting for the interest of the seller.
Yes.
Then the buyer will ask to negotiate, and then you suddenly, okay, I negotiate for you.
Yeah, conflict of
Then,
interest.
Conflict of interest. Okay, I negotiate for you, lower. And then after that, you tell the owner, okay, I negotiate for you, higher, right? So at the end of the day, you still collect both commission.
Yeah, correct.
So that's why when came in, I think it's a good things for us also. Yeah.
Okay.
Everything regulated lah nowadays.
That's great. That's great.
Okay, we go back to a bit about your background. So for Remy, I think just now you off cast you mentioned that.
Yep, I was an engineer first. My first private punya employment. Thereafter, I'm a manager with contractors under me and also subordinates lah. And then at the same time, I'm a graphic motion animator. I'm what do you call that? I do video editing as well, effects as well.
Nice.
And I have my own company, call it RemyVFX.com.
Oh, cool.
It's still active now.
Okay.
So I manage social media for my clients too lah. But then more for right now, I'm more macam 80% on property lah.
I see.
As a
Okay.
realtor. Only that macam I consider it as part time lah, basically.
Like your hobby
My
business.
hobby business, yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So 28 years you were in the corporate world, right?
Corporate world, yes.
What was the push factor for you to first even consider looking to real estate, and also eventually why you decide to do real estate full time?
Okay, there are several factors. It's not in order. One of the factors is because of time management. So basically, I have more time at home with my family and to do what I like to do. That's the first and foremost. And the second one, of course, we cannot totally ignore the issue on the salary lah, on the what do you call that, the apa tu, monetary values lah. So everybody knows that when you're in the corporate world, you know your ceiling pay. Every month you'll be getting the same pay or maybe slightly more because of your OT or whatsoever.
Yeah.
But then for property concern, there isn't any ceiling at all.
Yeah.
You can earn as much as 6 figures per month, and you can get a diamond award. Or you can at least per month at least you can earn around 5 figure closures. So like for myself, Alhamdulillah, for this year I've earned a lot of 5 figure per month lah. So this is a motivation factor for those who wanted to become a realtor. Come and join us. We can guide you along the way lah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But what was the pain point, or what was the struggles that you actually faced for you to be telling yourself like I think it's time for me to really go real estate full time?
Okay, so when I met my manager back then, I see that his lifestyle is like a very easy lifestyle. Of course, certain weekends you got to be busy.
Yeah.
But then, given the amount of time you used to work as a realtor and the same amount of time you spend to work for your employer, I think the payment is big difference, no?
Right.
Big difference.
Okay.
So time management is one thing. You got more time for yourself, for your family, and then of course, as we know that as a corporate worker in a corporation, you got to, it's a top down punya instructions lah, top down management. So whatever things you need to do, you need to do. When the boss tell you to do this, you got to do this. And then certain times when we got to stay back after working hours.
Yeah.
So basically, time is an issue lah. Basically, we don't have much time on our own.
Yeah.
Most of our time are spent at work. Either work from home or work in the office. Either one lah. So I feel that, well, I think that's about it lah. I think I should try my luck by taking an RS exam and to become a realtor. Then I started off by doing part time. Yeah. And then the first month of being a realtor, I already closed one unit, selling and buying. So like that transaction sort of motivates me to close even more transactions lah. So I started to jinak with on top of HDB, BUC building under construction, to kind of private punya transactions, everything lah. So in terms of monetary values and in terms of time management, these two are the main deciding factor for my switch from the corporate world to become a realtor.
But 10 years you doing real estate part-time, why does it take that long for you to eventually decide
to go full-time?
The main factor is insecurity.
Okay.
Because as we know, for self-employed like us, we don't have a fixed pay, There's ups and downs lah. But basically, there's not a major issue. For example, if you manage to close one selling and buying within 1 month, you can get a commission of estimated around 18k, 18k,
Wow.
18k. So that itself can sustain you for a few months already. Right?
Yeah, true.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's impossible that you don't have any closing for 3 months straight. Impossible unless you don't work as a realtor lah.
Yeah.
You become a secret agent one more time, right? So basically, when you're a realtor, you got to chiong all the way.
Yeah.
Basically, you can do like roadshow hyping, or you can rent booths at Expo or Suntec.
Yeah.
So you should have leads lah from there. You should have
Right.
leads, because if you're talking about no leads at all, meaning you're not doing your full you're not doing your full as a realtor. Yeah.
Okay.
Then what about Syafiq? Like, what was the pain point for you that you were facing back then before you decide I want to pursue real estate full time?
Oh yeah, because of the demand from my friends, my clients, they said it's difficult for me to handle 2 jobs at that point of time. Because I need to take leave, I need to take MC just to follow them to HDB,
correct.
So I think, like I said, I will have to weigh the monetaries also lah. Okay, what is the current salary and the one that I'm getting for the commission from the real estate. Yeah. So I think that's not about that. So I think there's also a passion.
Okay.
There's a passion for me to meet people, and then slowly I upgrade myself. Like I said, I do training, and the beautiful part is that I did try BUC, building under construction. That is where I was given the opportunity to in charge of the projects.
Nice.
To be in charge of the project for any developments. Honestly, is quite difficult because, of course, they have to base on experience or this, right? So I have to went through all those hassle, like prove myself that I can do it, right? So I think for ERA itself, So I think I'm the only one Malay division directors that in charge of all these projects.
UCs, yes.
Okay.
So I'm the
Syafiq's
only one.
portfolio, he's in charge of a lot of new launch,
Yeah,
a lot. Tampines.
Yeah, I did DBSS.
Treasures.
Treasures at Tampines. How you know?
You can just mention Tampines.
Treasures at Tampines Tenet, the
Tenet,
executive condominium, and then this overseas one is JB.
Jetem.
No, the RNF. RNF, what is it?
Oh, the one
Princess Cove,
Princess Cove.
opposite Woodlands.
Okay.
That's my
I think one of
building.
your colleague is pushing me to.
Purchase.
Okay, yeah, that's good because it's just like part of Singapore. It's just opposite Woodlands.
Yeah.
So
okay.
when you go there, you don't feel like you are in Malaysia. And then somehow your this phone server still in Singapore.
Oh, we can tap on.
Singtel.
Oh, is it?
Singapore,
nearby.
and then I mean Sintel, M1, everything you can get through.
Okay.
Need to change the roaming also.
Wow.
Okay. So I think for the listeners that don't know, what exactly is BUC? Is it is BUC exactly the same as a new launch? Or
BUC is a new launch. It's a building under construction. That means we market that property when they have not built yet. Just raw land. They have not construct even. So that means they book based on balloting. So first come, first serve.
Oh, okay.
It's just like a showroom, a mini showroom.
Yeah.
Is it?
So what's the difference? I mean, you say balloting, right?
Balloting, yes. Not
But-
first come, first serve. Balloting.
But those that come out in these showrooms, those properties also need to ballot or macam mana?
Okay.
Or is it very different?
Okay, during the launch, when I say launch, that means they have a period of 2 weeks. And that means they open to public. So public will have to rush down to come and choose their units. Okay, so they have to choose, maybe don't choose 1 or 2, at least 10 units, because you never know that during balloting, other people may take your unit. So at least you just
okay.
stand by about 10 units or 15 units.
Okay.
So during that 2 weeks period, you need to submit your interest. You need to submit your check. Okay, but that does not mean you can get the unit because after the launching, the 2 weeks period they were closed to the public. So the public cannot just anyhow walk into the show flat. Priority to those who came for during the launching. Priority. That's why whoever really want to buy any new building under construction, you have to go through this period. That means your advantage is that you can choose what you want. Priority to those who came on that period. And even the price will be a
Lower.
bit lower.
Yeah.
Maybe it's about range about 12% lower.
Wow.
About that, yeah.
12%.
Oh, a lot,
Yes,
eh?
yes.
Yeah, that's right.
about there, yeah. So during the balloting, then they will ballot your numbers. So if you manage to get through, of course everyone will get through, but it's a matter of when your number being called. The earlier number you call, the more chances you can choose whichever units you want.
It's like BTO lah.
Like
When
BTO, balloting.
Balloting.
Macam BTO.
Okay.
So for example, all done ready. Then they have balance unit, right?
Yeah.
Then this balance unit they can open to the public, walk in, and they don't need to do any balloting. They just come in and then they just use But they want all balance already. Balance, that means you cannot expect those premium one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
interesting.
normally the supply and demand kan. The supply, for example, like one particular new launch, diorang ada macam 370 units. But then the demand and the people who actually came up with the check to book the unit is actually exceeds 3 to 4 times now. Yeah. So there'll be a balloting. Balloting, there's 2 methods. One is physical balloting. Another one is digital balloting. So see which one of your number come first. The earlier number you get, the more chances for you to choose your unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So that means for those who want to do the balloting thing, right? How do they exactly go about? Because this is new information for us, and both of us have gone through the RES punya
Exam.
journey, right? Although I think he didn't even get to take. I failed 4
I
times.
took once and failed.
Once already. Okay. Okay.
But this is something I mean we just heard of lah, right?
Yeah, that means there's a phase before.
Yeah,
the new
correct.
launch.
2 weeks, at least 2 weeks. They call it preview launch.
Okay.
Preview launch.
Yeah.
Only agents have this information, or it's
We will definitely spread to the consumers. They said that we have this preview launch. That means if you come during this launch, you are our VVIP previewer. That means you are very important people. So that why? Because you will be there to see yourself. What are the units that you like? The show flat also. Because after the 2 weeks, they will totally shut off. They close the show flat.
Okay.
They don't allow any walk-in first. Until there's a balance unit, then they allow the people to come in.
Okay. So in other words, if I want to profit fast, right? The best thing to do is for me to get into the balloting period.
yeah lah.
And then once they open to public, I can sell my unit.
Cannot.
No,
cannot lah.
cannot. I mean, I got stamp duty. What?
Yeah lah,
Pandai.
but if 12%, I think you cover like
That 12% is estimated only.
Okay.
Depends on developer lah. Because some developer they will not increase immediately. They will increase later part.
I see.
Wait.
Pasal within 3 years you got to pay the seller stamp duty. lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Obvious lah.
Okay.
Nice.
Understand.
But
Okay.
it's always the case that when entry price you came in earlier, then your profit will be better. Rather than later part.
Wow. I mean, likes to profit of things lah.
Macam
So
Who don't want, right?
just like BTO, you bought BTO, right?
Yeah.
So after 5 years, what have you got after that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a profit
Yeah.
from there lah.
yeah. I mean, you can always make money after MOP or
Correct,
in this
correct.
case
Yes.
launch. Okay, with that, I think we can wrap up the first episode. We learn new things, guys.
Yes.
I mean, although me and Amit took the exam, we took the course, we didn't learn about BUC, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so it's new information for us and
Yes.
for you guys as well. Thank you for listening, and we're gonna transit to part 2 with Remy and
Syafiq.
Syafiq.